This computer. Oh no. Yes, evening everyone. Thanks for coming along. As I said kind of before we started, it's a bit of a weird one because I missed the start time in February. I missed the date in February. We have only had a meeting less than 3 weeks ago now. So there's probably not going to be that much that has changed. Mind you, that said. Yeah, don't worry if it goes kind of quick. What's going on? Training. Woohoo.
Training. You've started FC4.
Yeah, that's
there's 17 candidates on the group, but I don't know how many have attended because I haven't been able to catch a meeting. Lance, have it been?
Oh, that's not yet. That's Monday.
I thought it was last Monday. Is this Monday it starts? Oh, good.
No, this Monday. So we had a trainer meeting.
Oh, that was right. Yeah.
Yeah, in this month. And we have 4 new people who are going to be doing the foundation training this time. The hope is that we can double up or even triple up the number of foundation courses we do throughout the year.
Yeah, that'd be ideal.
So we've got those guys, and Lance and I are kind of buddying throughout the training sessions. So they'll kick off next week, as you say, the 17. Then, as always, after the foundation is the
IC7.
Yeah, which
with 32 people on.
Probably quite a few from the foundation as well. A few have expressed interest. So hopefully we'll have some follow up there. How's full?
The next full is starting after the intermediate, and currently 14 candidates. I expect more because I think there'll be more from the intermediate and those that want to take the roundabout around again. We'll always have that. I think we'll always have in the full people who want to redo it, which isn't a problem. I think it's a good thing because they can get more familiar with the syllabus, more familiar with the teachings, and they have a valuable input to the course that's running for the new people because they've done it before, they've found things, and they tell each other about things. So the FF3, which finished not so long ago, two weeks ago, I've been trying to count them today, at least 8 passes, and they're all good passes. Unfortunately, there was one where they failed to achieve the required standard. Hopefully they're going to go back and just retake it. I don't know about that yet, but 8 is promising, and I can see one person on the screen in front of me who's taking his tomorrow. Yeah, that's the one that's looking in the wrong direction, and I'm sure he'll do well. There's not a lot extra he needs to know. And this current course, whether it's because the trainers are getting better at presenting it, or because it's just a good group who've done foundation, intermediate, and full together as a group, it's been really, really good with lots and lots of feedback and lots of chat and lots of help. And I think we're going to get better and better at this as we go on. So thank you, everybody.
And I'd second that, Robin. I think having been through the course, the material's good, the support's good. I think, as we said when we spoke earlier, lots of different voices. You know, we've got Hibby coming in, Vic coming in. You know, we've got that kind of, you know, the material, it's well rehearsed. You know, there's lots of resources there for self-study, and then there's the full back of the group. It's been a great experience. It's been really good.
Oh, good.
Just hope I can finish it off tomorrow.
Worth a £5.
Oh, for sure. For sure. I mean, I wouldn't I don't think you could undersell it, really.
Yeah, and I like it. Does seem to be operating well. That it feels like if we can get people through it's like a funnel. If we can get people through all 3 levels, especially they get to it. By the time they get to the full, they're ready to own their own learning a bit more, and they understand. They're kind of forewarned and forearmed, and they can use the resource and they're comfortable doing it. And by full, you have to. And to be honest, there's I help out for the first week, but I don't generally touch it. But those who do, it's a really strong training team, all in all. Paul, if you don't mind a bit of a jump on you. There's so much stuff that you've been cracking on with like wikis, updating the blog. Is it you that keeps doing updates on?
I chuck them out every now and again. So I think we've got about 70 to 80 on the SIP, and we're about to have member 57 on the wiki, I believe. Mr. Hibby. So he'll be going on the wiki in a minute.
Awesome.
So yeah,
Anything
we've got
exciting going on the wiki?
there's a few new channels, I believe. One for your Pie Night,
Yeah.
I believe, and we got the SDR project. I think is on there now. I haven't looked at what's been added, but I'm sure Danielle can give an update on that shortly.
Yeah.
Feel free.
So,
There's no running order. Go for it, Daniel.
So basically what I've been doing is going through each of the topics and making a draft, and then I'm going to upload it to the wiki so people can help. So yeah, it's been going well.
Awesome.
I got an index page too. Yeah.
It's one of those, it's a slow, not slow, but because actually it's insanely fast for what's going on, but it's ticking along, and that's the impressive thing. It's what's really nice to see. Same with mine, the Raspberry Pi night. Obviously next month we're going to have a Raspberry Pi night, and it's going to be hopefully
pie
into 3 sections.
Is Desperate Dan the star speaker?
No. No. I'm actually going to pinch half of this to use at MCARS, and we're going to have Yorkshire pie and peas. I'm going to bring some down. I'm going to visit my family the weekend before and bring down some pies. But yeah, so we're going introduction to a pie, how to even buy one at the moment.
Subscribe to Magpie.
Yeah, I'll pull out a there's a few websites where you get real-time tracking of all of the sellers and things like that.
yeah, I think I added that to the wiki already.
Yeah, I pinched that from there. Then burning a pie image and initial setup. Then I'm hoping if you're free, Paul, I don't know whether you will be. It'll be on a Thursday, I think, or a Friday. But if not, someone who does use a pie frequently in amateur radio to kind of show the live working system, then putting together a Pi Star setup. So I'll just dismantle one of my ones and kind of show what kind of kit you get. I might even buy a new kit off Amazon, to be honest. Put it together and make a contact on the digital bridge.
I've got a spare one here.
Those turn up today.
I've got a spare one here.
Jumbo spots.
I can easily open it up.
Yeah, everyone seems to. There we go.
Did you manage to get one with a pie, Drew, or did you get a hat without a pie?
I at the moment I'm using an old Pi 01 with it, but it's very slow. I've got 6 pies on back order from CPC, a couple of 3As, a couple of 4s, and a couple of 02s.
As you know, it's that time I disappear and go and grab my coffee. Be right back.
I've got like bits for a helium machine, a few hot spots that I want to kind of have different configurations, and I ordered a couple of dual hats as well.
How many pies I own at this point?
Yeah, I lose track. I know there's one on the floor over there somewhere.
APRS server there that's not plugged in at the minute. iGate.
So yeah, so Raspberry Pi, and finally I think the other one was going to try and pinch Vic to have a quick demo of using RTL USB to stick a Pi in a loft or something and remotely control. And I think Danielle, if you're around, you'd said that you might be able to share something around the RTL.
Yeah, I'm working on some software for it too. It's sort of like a front-end interface for it because it's a CMD app. So I'm trying to make like a friendly way of interacting with it.
I kind of find RTL FM annoying because it's very static, whereas and you can't go listen. I'd like to have an RTL dongle set up and just say scan 2 meters.
I mean, the good thing about RTL Airband is you can just input a list of frequencies and then they'll just monitor it. So it's good.
Cool. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one, to be honest. But my main worry is we've got so much content to put into it.
How long is it going to go on for?
Well, it'll get programmed for. I'm probably going to program it for an hour and a half with an expectation that the the structured content is delivered within the first hour, and then people can talk about it for as long as they want afterwards.
Sounds good.
I think an hour and a half. Well, that was about as long as the Anytone took as well, wasn't it? So
It was about the same thing. Yeah, we ended up having a bit of after chat as well. I mean, you've got so much content with the pie. You're not going to struggle. I think the trick is to get your running order sorted, so you get the key bits across before it just descends into who's the biggest
Absolute
pie.
chaos.
yeah. I think the key thing or the difference is that like these nights, these kind of knowledge share nights, don't need to be like club talks.
Yeah.
Because club talks are very much one person stands there and everyone else gets the sleeping material for the evening or whatever. And it's much more interesting if they're interactive. It might not be great for people watching it afterwards, but yeah. You should have come.
Right? But that's how the Anytone night worked. That we had lots of people kind of coming in with bits and little interjections through to people actually grabbing the screen and showing things. I think that's what you want, isn't it? You want that interaction.
Yeah, I was picked up for that in a little way because on the last night we ran Formula Bingo, which for the people who were present was very successful, but I elected not to record it because it was going to be an interactive session. Yeah. However, people said, I wish I'd recorded it. So next time I'll record it, so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I can imagine on a training thing. It's kind of, if you're not here, where's the value? And in the training, it's a bit different, obviously.
Yeah.
But there's no harm in doing it. And if nothing else, it just kind of demos the kind of stuff we get up to. I'm just loading up PayPal. I remember. I haven't looked at it for a while, which means we've probably got another grand when I haven't been looking at something ridiculous. I'll just wait for it to load to make sure.
While you're doing that, on Sunday, there may be a small contingent at a ham rally.
Ooh.
Oh, is that Hamzilla?
Is it Saturday or Sunday?
Sunday.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. That's better.
So
I thought it was tomorrow.
I'll double check, but I'm sure it said Sunday.
Okay, bank balance. That's where we are now. Our remaining expenditure for this year is £56.
We could probably buy a Pi 4 for that.
at current prices.
That's assuming you could actually get hold of one.
You could get you could probably actually get an 8 gig one for that money.
So same as always, we've got no new expenses. £56 for our SGB membership for the community renews in July, and Zoom is paid for the full year. The server for the website and the bots and everything is £5 a month. No, $5 a month. So we've got costs between now and the end of 2023 of about 200 quid, which leaves us with £2,000. Which will
10 years.
So
and people still generously donate money on a monthly basis, which is very kind of them.
Yeah. Well, when we've got these events coming up, the rallies and various things. We're going to have some costs in September relating to the probable release of, or at least needing to buy new training books as the syllabus changes. Direct to full will come with a cost for books again. But as it stands, we do still have a substantial sum kicking around. So if there's potentially production costs or opportunities to make mocks of things, Daniela, then if there's potential, if this progresses, the SDR project progresses, and you potentially need to make a few sample device or configurations printed, the money's only going up. So
brilliant.
People to propose
interesting.
Just pitch your project. I'm sure it'll be fine.
We've had a few. We've had the Amber Codex for the digital bridge. We've had the QSL cards for the club stations. Something I'm sure we've had a few other bits, but that's the kind of ideal thing where don't
I do
pitch.
have a question regarding that.
Yeah.
So if I wanted to organize a Zoom meeting, how would I do that?
Drop me a message and I'll give you the login details.
Brilliant.
And you tell me when you want it, and I'll
Just
to explain the project a bit more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all Zoom meetings should be on the calendar on the website. So pick a slot.
Okay.
Just take your pick. Literally, let us know when, and we'll make sure that it's there. We'll make sure the event. The only thing that I tend to ask people to do is give us some text to post on the notice board.
Okay.
So that have to be. We don't have to think about it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I can do that.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Another thing on the topic of the finance is, although we don't get anything from it, is the merch shop. We don't tend to promote it much, but
yeah, no, that's true. Yeah, absolutely. It's what else?
If anyone wants me to mock anything up, I'm sure I could design something, but the logos are on the, so there's lots available.
Well, so we've got a talk next week, which is the chairman of my local club that I'm the secretary at, MCARS, Phil. He really loved that Christmas quiz we did. He wants to do another one with us. So, so he might have to do that again, but he was really keen to come back, and it's really good. It's just like sensible, practical advice from a person who's been burnt and has learned on buying a rig. So it's, even if you're kind of been in the hobby for a couple of years, it's worth it. So that's next Friday, Pie Night the Friday after, and I think we've got something probably now for the month after. It's certainly not confirmed, but I think there was some a presentation one of the guys had mentioned about. I can't remember what it is now.
Yeah, mentioned it, didn't he?
Yeah,
Simon looks like he knows, but he's muted.
Who?
Wasn't it astrophotography?
That's the one. Using really high bands, and I think there was another potential talk being developed about satellites at one stage. I think it was
Mark's talked about having an activity night.
around
So
it.
we were debating whether to do SSTV or WeatherSats, but like not so much a talk, but more a kind of bit of antenna build beforehand, and we'll all on one night go out and try and get something, and then stick it in the RX channel and kind of compare it. So kind of like an activity night thing.
You could do that. You could do it as a week.
Yeah,
Like one day it's so this is the antenna. Get 2 bits of aluminium rod at 45 degrees.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. Mark's got the whole let's build a V dipole and then get outside and capture some things. We just need to plan it really. But we need the weather probably to be slightly better, because it's a little bit better if you do it outdoors than it is indoors, particularly if you're going to use like a V dipole. But when the weather's better, kind of June, July, I'm definitely up for SSTV night and getting people out on hills, trying to see if we can send pictures to each other in 2 minutes.
To have try and get a picture.
Yeah, the picture relay thing is still something I want to try and see if we can do.
Yeah, find a way to relay stuff.
I won't suggest it until after the Pie Night, see what the level is. But if people are interested in FT8, I'll be happy to host an FT8 night.
Yeah,
I've got a little bit of experience.
I'm going to say you've kind of done this thing before.
Well,
I mean,
you've had a QSO
when you're all at EMF camp.
Not today. I haven't had a QSO.
When people are at EMF camp, I might use that because I can get up on a hill near me and probably hit EMF camp on 2 meters. So I might trial relaying pictures then.
There was Simon M0GZP proposed something today, and I can't remember what it was.
Yeah,
I think that was the photography, the astro thing, wasn't it?
Photography, was it? Yeah, good.
I have a guy at my local club, Justin, who's into all of that Quebec Oscar 100 and stuff. He's got a TV repeater actually. I forget what the URL is, but he might be up to doing it all.
It was capturing 428 to 750 terahertz signals.
Simon, yeah.
Astrophotography in light polluted London.
We had MCAS had a talk about a TV repeater, one that I think's in east of London. Is it the same?
Yeah, it's sort of southeast down towards
my end of the woods.
It's a Martello Tower
Chislehurst type direction.
It's probably the one in Beckenham,
That's it.
which
Yeah,
will be my
Beckenham.
end of the wood.
Yeah. Guy called Justin. He's
G8.
Cray Valley Radio Club. Same as me.
Yeah, I could work him on a rusty nail.
I put the message
it's
link
fine.
in the chat to the talk.
Ooh, I haven't used Discord chat links from another client before. That really isn't happy, but that's because of things. I have to have, because the Discord server is linked to my account, I have like so many layers of security.
For some reason, I can't paste the text. Oh, there you go. I've managed to paste the text in.
There you
go. Francis, did you get a reply about
no.
exams for youth organisations at all?
Nope.
Yeah, I haven't got a reply from up the chain in my side of it either.
Yeah,
I'll pursue it again.
Yeah, well, it's not going anywhere. It's definitely something that will get.
I'm sure there's something that'll happen because it happens for one of the forces anyway. So it's just a matter of expending it. But I've tried to send them a question in the other direction. I keep getting stonewalled, and I think you're probably the same. So we'll just keep digging at it, see how it goes.
Yeah, I'm happy enough to do it one last time with the RSGB and then go around the RSGB.
Yeah. Ofcom.
Yeah, it's directly to Ofcom.
Yeah.
Why not? But I want to try an informal catch up with the person who I had contact with, who was meant to bring it up at the board of director meeting. The RSGB,
which is this month anyway, isn't it?
It was last month.
Was it? All right.
It's a Friday. Remember, we had to panic to write that letter because it was
That's
the
right.
next.
Yeah.
But I get the impression they tried to join the server and may have been thwarted by the bot.
Too complicated. What is your name? Say yes.
It wasn't their fault. If you put punctuation in your name, then the bot ignores you for some reason, which should be fine.
So that's why I've got nobody called O'Reilly.
Yeah. You can have commas and you can have minuses. It's just if you have a full stop for an initial, then the bot gets upset. But hey ho, well, I should probably do some checking for that. But no, that's not going anywhere. I'm definitely not letting that go anywhere. It has to progress. Any
on that topic, there might also be issue with re-sign ups, but I've only seen it once.
Yeah, when you leave, when you removed the
when you leave and then come back, in this case.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Keeps leaving and coming back.
I know exactly who it is.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure from because I
think he has his own issues with the Discord. So
I watch the new, so there's a new users channel that the admins see when people join, and you get one message from Discord saying someone is here, and then you get another message from the bot saying I've added this person to the community, and I keep an eye on that to make sure that things aren't going wonky. And I think I know who you're on about.
Yeah, if it's the one you think it is, I'll deal with it anyway.
Yeah, I'll leave it with you.
I'm also about to kick 5 unregistered members. So.
Yeah, well, not members, just 5 random people who've been loitering in the lobby. What's changed? Another thing.
Can I just explain what I mean by that?
Yeah,
basically, if they haven't finished up the sign up in 7 days, at some point I'll go in and just there's a function called prune. So we remove them. It doesn't ban them or anything. It just means that they have to go through the join link again.
One of the main reasons is because the reason why we have the bot and why you have to name yourself and your call sign, well, that's more just for courtesy, yeah. But the reason why, one of the main reasons why we have the bot is it's a fail safe, because when you first join, you can't contact any of the members or see the list of users. And if people are joining with scams, or bots are joining, or if people's profiles get hacked and they try joining as many servers as they can, it's kind of like a layer of defense. So if
So
people,
far, I think it has worked.
yeah, I've had 2 or 3 scams on some servers that I've used, but they haven't made it here because we're using custom code rather than the general routines, the general public bots that are out there. So yes, that's good. Changes of channels. We've got weather stations now, and that's fresh today.
There was also another one I set up because sometimes people in drop-in chat or someone else set up, but I renamed to match it.
Yeah.
So we now have a drop-in text chat channel.
That makes sense.
So if you're in the voice chat, you can dump stuff in the text chat without having to go to a specific channel.
Fair enough.
So I think it is used when people are in there.
Yeah.
No, definitely. Rather than dumping it in the lounge and everyone thinking what the.
Yeah, or another channel. Even if it's related to antennas, if you do it in the text chat, later you might go, oh, actually, I'll put that in antennas as well.
Yeah.
Who can create a new channel?
Community rep.
How does it work?
So the community rep, the community reps are responsible for maintaining the community in Discord. We don't. The way that the community reps have agreed it between them is that if a topic continuously comes up, then we'll create a new channel, and as long as the channel is active for 30 days, we'll leave it. If it becomes inactive after 30 days, we'll delete it. If a need appears and it seems to cross over with existing channels, we always look to update things.
The RX captures was a classic one where pictures were going all over the place. It's like, what? Someone said, why don't we just have a single channel?
Yeah, at one point we had packet networks, mesh networking, and they all got consolidated down to one. So it's a bit of a balancing act, but it's done by the people in the community rep role together. But we tend any conversation about what gets created, and that will always be public, just so that everyone knows what's going on.
Yeah, we're not into just creating them for the sake of creating them.
Well, it's easy.
Another new one was logging. That came up recently as well.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Because people always had questions about log books, cloud log, all sorts.
The problem is people are using them. I keep trying to get rid of the damn things, but
it's most cruel how people keep using these damn channels, isn't it? Yeah. Using Discord as a resource. Don't know what I think they're doing.
You know, we only use the food channel just to wind one person up.
How's pub?
Yeah, not bad. It was a bit quieter than the last one, but all the regulars were there. So
the secret impromptu one was very well attended, though.
There was more there than the actual schedule.
That was really weird.
But it happens like that. It was like me and Habit weren't doing anything. It was like, do you fancy a drink tonight? Right, let's do it.
No, that's the nice thing about Discord, to be honest. Well, I've been around. I mean, I think I've been around all of the usual topics to cover. As I say, it's only been 3 weeks since the last one. The only other thing worth mentioning, which some people might actually already have seen this, is I've started to create posts on the main website so that whenever we have a video uploaded that's public, it gets posted on here. Because I'm just really conscious that, like, the last article we had on there was our AGM in March and then the wiki in October. And if you're not on Discord or looking at the wiki, it looks like not much is going on.
Yeah. Anybody go to the link and think, well, there's not much happening here, is there?
Yeah, where it's actually there's just too much going on and we don't have time to to post about it.
We definitely need to sort out our thumbnail game on YouTube, though.
I have a question.
Yeah, go for it.
So would it be possible to link the notice board with the web page, so each time something gets posted on the notice board, it can go on the main page?
So
Is that possible?
yeah, no, but maybe.
We'll probably have to get into the habit of actually just
Okay.
posting the stuff if it's relevant.
I normally or I try to keep abreast of everything that's happening and put something on the
Yeah.
calendar. So it does go on the calendar. If I know about it, it's on the calendar. Or if it's not the calendar, I forgot. But I try to. We haven't got a
Yeah.
foolproof method of doing it, but I try to remember everything and put it on the calendar.
So I think
Because I'm not entirely sure, but I know there's some sort of like API or something for Discord. So it can
We'd
be
have-
done
yeah, we'd have to make
Maybe.
a custom. So I know that you can. I know that there are webhooks within
Yeah.
Discord, but I'm pretty sure they were the opposite function, that they pull content from websites to share it.
Yeah. Okay.
The way I'd kind of pictured we could possibly get away with it would be to have a bot dumping the content of the channel onto something or pulling it. So like if we had a really crude thing, could be like having a terminal display on the front of the website, and that connects to something that connects to IRC that the bot relays messages to.
Yeah.
There's a way of doing it, but
I think you'd be getting your Amiga out for that, mate.
yeah, well, I've got the means. But I think there are ways of doing it to get it there. The only problem is you lose, like when I do hey at everyone, there's a chance it'll become hey at 179215652134134.
Yeah.
And things like the dynamic content, like the Pi Night link
Yeah.
on the notice board right now. I'm not sure if that propagates outside when you post it on something. But you're right, it's stupid to do things twice.
Yeah, I just thought it was make it a bit more interactive.
Yeah,
Maybe.
no, you are right. But one,
I don't know. It's good.
one for people, if people can keep an eye out, and maybe if you get bored in 5 minutes, Google it. I'll try and find some time to do it. But if anyone sees anything,
Well, if it can be done, there'll be somebody on this server can do it.
yeah. Google Discord, add the Discord widget to your site. No, that's for joining. It's always just joining. Discord channel, embed Discord chat into a website.
Easier just to copy and paste the text and format it manually.
Yeah.
You're going to be posting notice
Maybe just
board.
pass through the text and remove any specific formatting relating to Discord. And then it's just plain. Something like that.
You know, now you've said that, I think there's an existing bot that does exactly what we're saying.
Cool.
Got to be. Does it also rate the Google Calendar as well?
Unfortunately not, no. But obviously I want to sanity check any bot we give power to.
You don't want it to take over. You just want it.
See what it do. It takes the channel and embeds it.
Titan, what a name.
Interesting.
Sounds like it's got real power.
Titan. The problem is
Does it cost money? Or is
Well,
it free?
looks like Titan people. It's on GitHub, so
Oh,
I hope.
open source.
Yeah.
However, if something did cost a little bit of money, I'm sure there is a way we might be able to find the funding.
We could potentially, if this like works right, we could potentially so we can install it on our own server as well, so we don't have to rely on them or give it to other people. Okay, I'll have a look, but that would be very cool if it could replicate the notice board directly
without the hay, without the ads. So that's all you need, isn't it?
No, I mean it'll literally just replicate the notice board channel. I was wondering about the notice board channel though, because it becomes quite. Do we just leave it to continue to grow?
Well, why don't you just prune it? Because the only thing that's in there is past events.
Yeah, the notice board.
It's good to keep a record of it, though. I don't know, maybe.
I don't think there's any massive.
What's the disadvantage of having infinitely long notice board, people are going to be at the bottom of it, and then they'll just scroll back until they are bored, basically. So
Yeah.
That's a disadvantage, is overload of information and people just looking at it. Because I know that when I see notice boards on other servers, I don't tend to pay much attention, especially if they're full of content.
Yeah, well, it's virtually any channel on this server. If you think, oh, I saw something the other day. Now, where was it? Can you find it? It takes you hours to find it.
There you go. No, she's gone.
And also, don't forget, if there's any content, we have a newsletter guy. Is it Lee?
Yeah.
Is it what? If there's what?
Newsletter.
Oh, right.
We have
Yeah,
a person.
yeah, Lee.
Lee.
I'm not poking him at the moment because I know he's been ridiculously busy with work, but it would be nice. We'd been talking about potentially doing like a spotlight on the community reps as a kind of, this is me, this is the kind of stuff I've ended up being roped into doing.
Kicking and screaming.
Yeah, that kind of thing. But it's another one of those things. It's time consuming admin rather than playing radio things. So trying to find the time. Oh, the dog has just come in to make an awful smell. Why? Why? Gosh. No.
Never mind. Never mind. It's not my dog, it's your dog.
Great. Okay. I'm out of stuff, to be honest. I didn't think I'd have that much to keep going because, as I say, it's been a short gap between sessions. Anyone else got any thoughts?
Yeah, doing good.
Yeah, I think this is this.
I had one more thing.
Sure.
So do you know how on Discord you can have a PTT channel? So basically it's like a radio. Would there be a way to make a simplex one so people could practice radio etiquette and stuff? I don't know if I'm making sense.
For those with mic fright and things.
Like a parrot,
Yeah.
where you could send it and it would play it back to you.
Yeah, so
I've proposed using Zello for those that are pre-license holders to have some practice if they wish, but nobody's ever taken it up.
Well, I have set up Zello stuff before, so I could always set a channel. But would there be much? Would it be used?
Extra. I'm just looking at the options. Allow members to be more easily heard in this voice channel when activated. The volume of others without this permission. Now you can do it. You can give individuals. So you can use priority speaker, which gives a specific individual, a specified individual priority over everyone else, but it has to be specified. Simply talk.
Because I'm sure there's a way to enforce PTT. So you wouldn't just be able to join and have Vox enabled. You'd need to have PTT. So I don't know. It's just an idea.
I think there is. I've sure I've seen that, but it's not jumping out on permissions. But it would. The problem would be that even if you PT, even with that permission, it would still allow multiple people to talk.
Looking on the Discord feedback, it has been requested, but it doesn't look as if it's ever been done.
Do you? I'll ask this, Daniel. Do you feel that?
I
know you're a shortwave listener mostly. Do you feel that in the event that you do get your license, you might be nervous to get on the microphone? You'd need assistance.
Yeah, I mean, it's most of the call sign stuff, you know.
Right.
When to say M7 and stuff.
What I've done in the past, I think I've done it with kids on Zello to practice admin voice procedures for native admin voice procedures, which works. I think probably the best thing to do is to have a little group either from the foundation course that you're taking, or if you want it, we'll help you out as trainers and things like that. We'll just set up a Zello thing, and we could use it. You can use Zello either from your laptop, from your tablet, from your phone, and it works quite well as a plain push to talk simplex radio system.
I have
it's-
Zello installed.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've heard of the network radio channel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can sort of sign up and then you can just speak on that.
Yeah,
And
there's
it's like a
quite
radio channel.
there's quite a lot of them, and you can set up your own private one as
Yeah.
well. So it's only your group, So it's not like talking. It's not like transmitting into the open air where
Yeah.
anybody can pick you up. It's only your private group. So you're amongst friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people have mic fright. I don't think it affected me. No, of course it didn't affect me.
We
But there's
can't
people
shut
that do
you
have
up.
it. Yeah, there's people that do have it. So I think probably the way forward is a small group with Zello.
So
be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that functionality.
I just
has-
think it would help because then I do a lot of PMR, but we don't use call signs on PMR.
Mhm.
So it would be good to be able to practice when to use your call, when to, when to say Q codes, that sort of thing,
Yeah.
I just think it would be useful.
It's good to play. I have looked. We can enable PTT. It's there now, but it doesn't lock it to a single person, so people can talk over each other. Unfortunately, yeah, it's interesting because I never had mic fright, but I had a lot of uncertainty as to when I was meant to use my call sign, when I wasn't, when to use certain stuff, and all that kind of thing. The funny thing is, people use the call signs very infrequently when they get comfortable.
It's weird because it depends on the like the band you're listening to.
Yeah.
If you're listening to a certain band, they'll just use call signs every 20 minutes or so. And then you go to another band and people saying, this is M7ABC after each over. So it's really inconsistent and it's quite confusing.
A lot of it depends on the quality of the audio you're getting. If it's a noisy band, you can't necessarily pick up on the voice nuances, so you don't recognize the voice, and people automatically start using their call signs more often. But if you're a nice quiet band where you can make out everybody's voice and you can recognize the voice, once you've initially got on there, basically just repeat your call sign when you want. And I'll tell you what, if you're on a band with some G whatevers who insist on it every 30 seconds, they'll tell you, but don't worry about it. If they tell you, just do it. And if they don't tell you, don't bother. The thing to do, I would advise you to have a listen. Currently, the Italians have got a WRTC competition running in Italy.
Yeah.
They're awarding prizes worldwide. But the idea is to get Italian amateurs on the air. And there's at least 10 of them on the air across the bands all day, every day. Have a listen to the way they handle it because they're all quite good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give it a go.
You'll pick them up on 14 megahertz, 7 megahertz, and 18 megahertz every single day doing single sideband stuff. And they're actually quite good at picking out call signs.
Yes. I mean, I try to do it myself, like when I'm listening. So when I'm doing shortwave listening, I'm just trying to scribble down the call signs, but it's very much, something you have to learn.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't seem to come very naturally for me.
Honestly, memorizing call signs is always, less now, but at the beginning was a fairly hard part of ham radio.
The specific way to do it is to take part in the 2 meter sideband contest that happens every month, or if you can listen on 2 meter sideband on the first Tuesday from 8 till 10, you'll hear the UK contests, and
give that a go.
It's basic. Give it a go, or just listen to it, because it will be hundreds and hundreds of contacts. There'll be M0 UKF calling CQCQ contest. This is GA MKC returning, GA MKC M0 UKF. You're 5 and 9, number 2, IO92 Oscar Bravo, and it's really quick.
Absolutely my favourite thing in radio, 2 meters SSB contest.
It's really good. Everyone should have a go.
Just the most fun. Everybody's really friendly. Everybody's always surprised when they make a decent contact. It's great.
I'm going to have to get it transferred, aren't I?
You are.
I think
honestly, it's brilliant.
Yeah, they're very good fun.
It's
when I was first
but
setting
not
up my
contesty.
sorry.
No, go on, Danny.
Go ahead. I didn't mean to.
No, go.
There was a delay. I was just saying, when I was first setting up my SDR, I tuned into some 2 meter SSB, and I think they were 70 miles away or something. And I was so stunned.
Yeah.
You know, the range.
107
FM.
miles is my record at the moment.
Yeah.
I've done to the near the top of Scotland from Milton Keynes.
Wow.
If I go up a hill, or if Robin went up a hill, we'd probably be able to work each other. There's a strangely nice path for me all the way up to the northeast coast of the UK of England.
I've
When that
worked,
lift was
I've
on
worked
before
Northern Norway on
Christmas-
FM with 20 meters.
When
Wow.
that lift was on before Christmas, Robin, I nearly got to your neck of the woods.
Yeah.
Bishop Auckland, I think I got.
Yeah. Well, there's a repeater there. I could have got you. Could have
Yeah.
got us on the repeater.
So I'm not going to say it out loud because obviously we're recording, but the Zello details are in chat, and I'll find a place to put them on the Discord.
Excellent. Thank you. I think it would just be useful resource in there.
I agree. It's always a difficult balance because it's one of those things where you never get a critical enough number of people at the right time to want to necessarily organize an event. But hopefully, as the foundation gets busier, and hopefully if we can kind of make people aware that we want to help them out, then yeah. But I think what Robin said is right, and the key bit of law is that you have to be identifiable at all times. So if you're working on a band where it's in and out all the time and signals come and go all the time, then the only way you can be identifiable is if you use your call sign often. Whereas if you're using a digital hotspot, then once every 20 minutes, technically.
It's a bit weird because I think I was talking about it in one of the channels about a week ago. We were saying, like, if your call sign, if using D-Star or C4FM, your call sign is embedded into it. So do you need to identify vocally?
Yes.
Or, okay.
Because reasons. So the most obvious reason is that the majority of digital services now have bridges, and a data is stripped from it. So if you go onto HubNet, for example, a lot of, for example, the only NOV you can get at intermediate for a station is a simplex FM gateway. So a lot of people have these, and they're connected to HubNet via Echolink. And because it's an analog medium, there is no metadata. So if you transmit into it with a D-Star call sign on the metadata, it just doesn't come out. Technically,
so it's literally being stripped, so you can't. It's going to analog, so you still need to identify. If someone's listening to the analog node, they'll hear you on that.
I mean, technically, the node owner is the one that's legally culpable because you haven't identified. But that's just cruel. But that's just the way it works. But that's why they tend to say it. Also, the metadata could be some other person's radio. It could be that you're on someone's radio. But it's. I think it's reasonable to say you're identifying that way, but meh. Any more for any more? No,
I don't think so.
Got it through the QR code, Paul. So
yeah, I'm happy to call it. It was so next week. I'm looking forward to the buying your first rig. It'll be interesting. 48 people have expressed interest. It'll be interesting to see how many people turn up on the night.
I'm on my second. I'm a bit late.
You are?
I'm on my second. I'm a bit late.
I did correct it. I might have to reset it.
Yeah.
Actually, third or fourth, really, but never mind. Second day, Jeff Rig.
It's still good. Right, yeah. I'll hit stop, and then we can start saying rude words. Bye-bye.